Hello guys, welcome back to my Let's Plays on Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. We're gonna play part 2.
Snake, we've got to go. You've got an old friend waiting for you. Otacon. Test results. Proteome analysis was positive, but the mRNA analysis turned up negative. Wrinkled skin, hardened arteries. Your early aging symptoms look like classic Werner syndrome. But none of the tests were able to pinpoint the cause. So, well, judging by how rapidly the aging has progressed, I'd say a year at best, right? Snake, let's try another doctor. It won't make any difference. I'm not an ordinary man to begin with. Not to mention Fox died. You're right. But we don't know where Naomi is.
Colonel anymore, Snake.
I figured the only place I'd see you dressed like that would be at your daughter's wedding. What are you doing these days?
I'm working for an organization under the UN Security Council. The Analysis and Assessment Staff of the PMC Oversight and Inspection Committee.
Yeah, I remember the resolution being passed a few years ago.
Snake, I came across some information in my work. We found him in the Middle East.
What?
I'll explain along the way. We've got to stop him now, before it's too late.
Liquid's made his move. We found him.
He's preparing to unleash his insurrection. Liquid is lying in wait in a Middle Eastern war zone. Track him down.
It's your the city limits. This place is crawling with lizards.
AT Corps' unmanned bipedal weapons, officially designated Irving by the U.S. military. They've spread like wildfire among the PMCs. There are more of those things now in service than tanks. They've got tough armor plating and are highly agile to boot. Your best bet is to stay out of their sights.
Unmanned. Pretty soon they'll put living, breathing soldiers out of work.
Even so, that's an awful lot of gecko for this scenario. Their numbers exceed the war price for that region. It must have something to do with Liquid's arrival on the scene.
You really think he's here?
You'll have to find the Army's operatives and ask them yourself. Oh, and Snake, I went ahead and used the Mark II to scout out the area before your arrival. You'll find it up ahead.
Mark II?
It's a remote mobile terminal. Sonny and I built it. The Mark II will provide you with a map of the area as well as any battle situation data. You should find it before you do anything else.
Okay, got it.
The rendezvous point is marked on your map. I'll be waiting for you there.
Alright. Update camo. Let's go behind here. Then we get some ration or some ammo. Will give us something. Or ration. Alright, we got 2 dudes over there. Alright, let's go through this hole. Arsenal, compass.
Avoid unnecessary combat whenever possible. In this war, neither side is your enemy. There's no point whatsoever in you getting into a fight. Got it?
Alright. Throw a bomb. We're gonna go on ahead. Ooh, there's the knife. Oh man, that was close, guys.
You can pick up guns
Oh,
dropped
got
by
an
both the
MK
militia and the PMC.
17.
Remember though, PMC weapons are locked. You can't use them. If only there was some way to get rid of the locks.
We got some Regan. And this head is spot in the locker. Alright. Oh, there's a dude right there. Alright, we're gonna go on the left side on this staircase. There's some 2 dudes down there.
Snake, press the crawl button while running to execute a roll. Rolling can help you dodge enemy attacks and get past small gaps and obstacles.
just crank down there. Alright. We got a Playboy. That was close. Well, yeah, guys, I can't wait for Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. That game is sick. I will get the game. For reals. I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid. Wait, guys. I might get Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Alright. We just all do. Oh, he's right there. Alright. We're gonna hide this body over here. Oh, we got a grenade, alright. Oh, this should do right there. Oh man.
It's me, Snake. Snake, it's me.
Otacon.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Snake. Allow me to introduce Metal Gear Mark II.
Metal Gear.
That's right. Just like Rex. But this gear's not a weapon. It's a remote mobile terminal designed to provide you with operational support.
Where are you?
I'm in the Nomad. Where else? I'll be watching you through the Mark II.
Wish I was good with gadgets.
Hey, I'll be with you in spirit. Anyway, because you had to dress up as a militiaman, I had the Mark II bring you some goodies. Starting with this. Put it on your left eye.
Looks like an eye patch.
I call it the Solid Eye. It's an all-purpose goggle that displays radar images and other data in 3D. You can also switch it over to light-amplifying night vision.
Rebels are out there.
Looks like they've got the government's PMC troops beat, at least in numbers.
And this is their home turf.
Snake, I know this is a sneaking mission, but you'll need to protect yourself.
An operator.
I installed a suppressor. And here's a tranquilizer gun.
Not full.
It predates the implementation of the system. By some miracle, it was never recycled. It's getting tough these days finding decent guns that aren't controlled.
activate stealth so it doesn't attract any attention. If you need it, just bring up the start button menu.
Got it.
Snake, the informants who said they saw liquid here should be a little further up. Head for the rendezvous point. I've placed a mark on the radar in the upper right corner of the solid eye. It's a war zone out there. Stay on your toes.
Alright, awesome. We got the MK Mark II. That's all did I.
Snake, it's kind of a schlep, but I've sent you data on an alternate route. Follow the mark on your radar.
Oh man, there's some dudes up ahead of here. Oh man, they're probably gonna spawn me. Oh yeah. I'm going to in here. Let's give these dudes some backup support. Weapons. What is that? RPG. Alright.
Dark in there. Switch the solid eye to night vision mode.
Night vision. Awesome.
Who's that? What? You again? Go.
All right. They're not enemies, dude. Instant noodles. How am I landing? Just oh man. use from a grenade. Wait, something grenade. How am I the enemy if I didn't do anything to you guys? But it's alright, if you wanna die, you wanna die. Not my fault. HK 21E.
Pretty sweet, huh? Huh? Oh, hold it. Which way you pointing that thing? Who are you? Neither enemy nor friend. Why not?
You're not with the militia. You're not PMC.
I'm a weapons wholesale. All shapes, all sizes. But there's no need to worry, because all my shit's been laundered.
Laundered.
You see, I take ID guns like the PMCs use and make some mods. Then you can use them without having to match ID. In other words, I'm a gun launderer. You can call me Drebin.
Drebin.
Yeah, they use that for all of us.
There are more of you.
All over the world. Not that I ever met any of them personally. Me, I'm Drebin number 893. You ain't a registered PMC employee. All right. You need a guy like me. Consider the welcome gift. Take it. PM4, the official carbine model used by the U.S. Army, developed from the M16 service rifle. This one's a top-of-the-line model, still popular with the big PMC. High precision, not like that government issue shit. It's free floating, of course. Relax, that barrel's cool.
Is the hider CQC compatible?
The beauty of the suckers there has got a lot of customizable parts, changing up the way you want it to meet your everyday needs.
Flip up sight, rail system. Not bad.
Yeah, well, you know. job's working at AT Security. I'm in charge of production control. So I get my hands on all the ID chips before they even register. Have a sip. It's a sign of AT the public don't see. From the looks of it, you ain't with any state army. But you ain't exactly green either. You've got last-gen nano machines. So I'm guessing U.S. Army. I don't know what you're here for. But you want to be well equipped, am I right? So, can we talk business or what? You won't regret it.
What's your take on him, Otacon?
I don't particularly like the guy, but it looks like we'll need his help with those ID guns. Sonny's been doing a little sleuthing for us. Drebin, a well-known gun launderer in war economy circles. He's a businessman who deals mainly in selling black market firearms to small PMCs of local militia. Somalia, the Balkans, Lebanon, Darfur, Chechnya, Timor, Peru, the Punjab, Kashmir, Colombia. This guy really gets around.
How's he pull it off, anyway?
You can create a non-ID gun by replacing the ID recognition chip with a counterfeit version. This enables you to bypass the ID recognition process and use the gun. The problem is that there's still a record of the chip being replaced on the system side. Drebin's an employee of AT Security. He must have connections on the inside erasing records for it.
You think the Patriots are involved somehow?
I'm not so sure. If the Patriots were running the system from behind the scenes, then a weasel like Drebin would be a real pain in their collective ass.
Can he be trusted?
Remember, Drebin's a green collar. He makes his living off the war economy. He doesn't let emotions get in the way of business, and he never gets his own hands dirty. The only thing he trusts is money. I share your concern, but what if we keep him at arm's length? Use him only to get intel and the supplies we need. Keep it strictly business.
All right.
So, we ready to make a deal or what? Okay then, let's talk business. This is a war zone. There's product coming in here by the truckload. And you'll be picking up a lot of guns in the field, I'm sure. Whatever guns you don't need, I'll take and buy off you. That'll earn you points you can cash in service.
Like what?
I'll launder your ID guns, no more lots. And I can also sell you the guns I got in stock. Let me show you. To ensure you can use non-ID guns, I'm gonna have to suppress the old nano machines you got in you. Otherwise, they'll interfere with the system. Here, stick yourself with this. It's full of suppressor nano machines. Relax, it won't hurt. You're scared of needles or something? See? No sweat. Now you can use non-ID guns, no problem. Hey, be nice to our guests. Step outside. right then. If you need me, holler. We specialize in speedy service. Catch my drift?
I know what you're thinking, but Drebin does have a point. The world depends on the war economy. Can you imagine what would happen if war just disappeared overnight?
Otacon, you and Drebin both mentioned something about a war price earlier. What did you mean by that?
It's a kind of market price, one that fluctuates according to demand, not only for PMCs and military industry, but for the production, distribution, and energy supply networks that support them. It's been growing by leaps and bounds, and investors are really starting to take notice. As the fighting in any given area becomes increasingly intense and prolonged, the war price goes up. No doubt Drebin's rates are linked to that war price. The longer and bloodier a battle becomes, the higher service prices are going to get. And to put it another way, the quieter things are, the better the bargains. Snake, we'll use the Mark II to deal with Drebin from here on out. He's what you might call a street vendor. The Mark II can act as a kind of delivery boy, connect you with it. I'm adding a Drebin menu item to the Mark II's weapon menu. Whenever you pick up multiple units of the same weapon, any extras will automatically be sold to Drebin. Any ammo that's inside gets added to your cache. In other words, you keep the ammo, and the weapon itself gets traded to Drebin for points.
I see.
You can then use the points you've earned to unlock ID guns or buy new weapons.
Sounds good.
We should assume Drebin has other agents collecting guns for it besides you, Snake. You know, freelance green collars who collect weapons in exchange for services?
Guess I'll have to rely on him for now.
Okay, now go meet up with our informants, Rat Patrol.
And for Christmas. Alright guys, like, subscribe, and comment. See you guys on the next video. Bye.